Hey, it's Kevin. Thank you so much for coming by for the No BS social media chat. You know, in addition to the social media and the music business stuff I do a lot of research for companies. And I really can't talk about who I do the research for because I've signed non-disclosure agreements. But needless to say, it's social media companies, it's music companies, it's entertainment companies. Let's put it that way. And so every week I have projects I have to do research for. And I spend a lot of time looking at social media profiles. Now, I spend most of the time looking at recording artists, at musical artists, but I look at media people. We're looking for certain things at certain times. And part of my research is to look at one thing and see how they're spread across the internet. And I'm constantly amazed. A week does not go by where I'll go to a YouTube channel, a Twitter page, heck, even a Facebook page, and look for a link to the person's homepage, to their website, and click on the link, and either the link takes you back to a GoDaddy, this site is no longer in business page, or takes you to a it's not been set up page, or takes you to something completely different. And I've seen this again time and time for now the last year and a half, and I realize we're now 10 plus years in to the main core of social media. I mean, MySpace has been going strong, well, was going strong, going back 12, 13 years ago now. And so I think a lot of times we create profiles, we set them, and we forget them. Now, we may change a profile picture out every now and again, but the nuts and bolts, the boring stuff, the hassle stuff, the bios, the about sections, just all the details that we set up initially, we sometimes never pay attention to them again. So that got us to thinking a few months back that we were going to actually start a new inexpensive service for people called the Social Media Tune-Up. Now, let me just say for the record, I'm not here trying to sell you anything. Okay, I'd love for you to use our services full time for social media. I'd love for you to use us for a social media checkup, but that's not what the pitch is about. The pitch is about going back to your social media accounts and making sure they're up to date. Because the one thing that frustrates me is when I'm interested in checking out someone, I'm interested in learning more about them, and when I go to click on the links, when I go to find their pages, they're out of date, they don't exist. They're not keeping up with it. Now, that's not to say they're not keeping up with their social media. They've got new tweets, they've got new videos on YouTube, even more Facebook status updates and posts and things like that. But they're not helping me get a better understanding of who they are. They're not helping me get a better understanding of what they're about. And I think a lot of times too, that's just human nature. If people are inclined to search about you, if they're inclined to like you on Facebook and they also like Twitter, they're probably going to go try to find you on Twitter too. Or a lot of times too, I'll find an artist on Facebook or on Instagram or YouTube, and I'll go connect with their Instagram profile because I prefer, personally, to hang out on Instagram. So it makes me wonder if you've done the social media checkup, the social media tune-up as we like to call it. And because I wear the mechanic shirt, I thought wasn't that kind of fitting that it all fitted together. But think about it. When your car hits a certain mileage point, you go, well, I mean, I don't know how the oil is, I don't know how the tires are, but I better go to a professional and check it out. Or if you can change your own oil, you go to the auto parts store, you get the oil, you get the oil filter, and you make the change yourself. So think about your social media doing the same thing, where you're going to your social media sites and you're looking through them, you're making sure everything matches, you're making sure everything's up to date, you're making sure your bio's up to date. Again, boring, yes. Should it take more than 10, 15 minutes? Probably not. Twitter's a quick one. YouTube's the one that amazes me most. YouTube has places in there where you can actually then, with just one click, send people to your other social media channels, so you can learn more about them. And sometimes, there's a bio on a YouTube page, but YouTube continually changes what they're doing. So if I'm going and seeing a video on YouTube and I want to learn more about the user, I want to use more about the person who put the video on, 9 times out of 10 I can't because they haven't filled out anything. They get by on the minimal details and they just move on. Again, how many people are clicking on your stuff, seeing one video, and never interacting with you again, never connecting with you anywhere else? How many people are finding you on Facebook but then lose track of you elsewhere? So stop and think about that for a moment. It's something, I think it's a good thing to do, maybe not once a year, once every 6 months, okay, even every couple of years. But I'm seeing more and more all the time that too many people are neglecting these details. And much like neglecting a car, if you don't change your oil, eventually, you'll blow an oil pump, you'll blow an engine, whatever it is, you'll start causing problems. And that's something you really want to avoid, of course, with your car, but I think more and more with social media. People are looking for you. People are connecting with you. There's a reason. You may only get one chance at a connection. So you got to make it stick. You got to make it worthwhile. So if you do want to find out more about our social media tune-up service, I guess you'd say. Really inexpensive, and it's got a nice little tutorial. We got a chance to go back and forth, whether it's on Skype or whether it's on phone or email or however you want to do it. And then, too, we'll go through and we'll look at everything and we'll point out where you need to make some updates, make some changes. You want to learn more about that? Just go back and, well, actually look through your social media profiles and see if you're up to date. You don't even need to deal with me, but we'd love for you to. NoBSSocial.com, our website. Hey, all the links there, up to date. My phone number, my email address, they're coming up. You can find out more about our social media tune-up service, but more importantly, get yourself tuned up. I don't care if you're a do it at home tune-up person, get it done. You're missing out. You just don't know it. See you next week. Thanks.